Welcome back. It's Mrs. Smith. I am here for K Day, and I am going to read a book called Stuck, which is from my favorite author, Oliver Jeffers. And it is about a kite. So that's why I thought it would be good for us to read Stuck. It all began when Floyd's kite became stuck in a tree. He tried pulling and swinging, but it wouldn't come unstuck. Has this ever happened to you before? The trouble really began when he threw his favorite shoe to knock the kite loose, and that got stuck too. He threw up his other shoe to knock down his favorite one, and unbelievably, that got stuck as well. In order to knock down his other shoe, Floyd fetched Mitch. I don't think Mitch knows what's coming. Cats get stuck in trees all the time, but this was getting ridiculous. Floyd fetched a ladder. I think he's on the right track. He was going to sort this out once and for all. And up he threw it. Now, did you guys think that maybe he would have put it against the tree so he could climb up and get it? But he didn't. I'm sure you can guess what happened. The ladder was borrowed from a neighbor and would definitely need to be put back before anyone noticed. And in order to do so, Floyd flung a bucket of paint at it. And wouldn't you know it, the bucket of paint got stuck. Then Floyd tried a duck to knock down the bucket of paint, a chair to knock down the duck, his friend's bicycle to knock down the chair, the kitchen sink to knock down his friend's bicycle, Floyd's front door to knock down the kitchen sink. This is getting a little out of hand. The family car, wait a minute, he has like superhuman strength, to knock down their front door. Hello? The milkman to knock down the family car. Did you get up here the same way? The milkman's talking to the cat. And orangutan to knock down the milkman, who surely had somewhere else to be. I just love his drawings too, his illustrations. A small boat to knock down the orangutan, a big boat to knock down the small boat, a rhinoceros to knock down the big boat. You know what else I like about Oliver Jeffers is he puts mistakes in his books, which I think is amazing, right? Because remember we talked about how things aren't perfect? A long distance truck to knock down the rhinoceros, the house across the street to knock down the long distance truck. Floyd! A lighthouse to knock down the house, no longer across the street. A curious whale in the wrong place at the wrong time to knock down the lighthouse. Hi, what are you doing here? I don't think he knows what's happening next. And they all got stuck. Look at that. I love this picture. Totally unrealistic, right? That could never happen. A fire engine was passing and heard all of the commotion. The firemen stopped to see if they could help at all. Can we help at all? And up they went. First, the engine, followed by the firemen, one by one. And you know what's funny? Look at, there's a ladder. It's a ladder truck, which could have easily ended this whole situation, right? But no, he threw them up there. And there they stayed, stuck between the orangutan and one of the boats. Firemen would definitely be noticed missing, and Floyd knew he'd be in big trouble. Then he had an idea. Light bulb. And went to find a saw. Finally. I don't like the cutting down of the tree part, but I thought, he's finally got it. He lined it up as best he could, and he hurled it up the tree. Did you all think that he was going to cut down the tree, which would have made more sense, right? No. And that was it. Pop. There was no more room left in the tree, and the kite came unstuck. Floyd was delighted. He had forgotten all about his kite and put it to use immediately, enjoying the rest of his day very much. That night, Floyd fell asleep exhausted, though before he did, he could have sworn there was something he was forgetting. Uh-oh, do you see this in the background? those things are still stuck up there. How could he forget that? Hang on a minute, lads. I've got a great idea. So they're still all stuck in the tree. So I've always wondered if he was going to do a sequel to it, right? Or better yet, you guys could make up a sequel. And the sequel is what would happen next if we were to write a second book about this? How would they all get down? I don't know. So I attached a link to your parents' email as to how you could make a kite. So kites are super fun, and it's been really windy, which makes a great conditions for flying a kite, because you need air, right? You need wind. So if you don't have an actual kite, you can always make one. And the one that I put on was, I think, with a paper bag and some streamers and some string. And then you can decorate it. So I thought that would be fun. So you guys could send me pictures of your kite. Or you could just send me a picture of you trying to fly a kite, which is something we can do, because you need to be in an open area, right? And you have to be far apart from people. So flying a kite would be a really good thing for you to do right now. So I think that's all for today. All right, bye, friends.